I probably should have checked to see who was. That's probably my problem. I don't be checking to see who already live. Let me see. Let me turn this volume off. Hopefully, ain't nobody live right now.
So,
Don't say nothing crazy. I'm on live.
why you doing now? I'm not finished.
I thought you were finished. I thought you were
No.
finna leave.
I was
Okay, well,
gonna
it's too late, y'all. I done
I was
already
gonna
did
tell
it.
you I was gonna tell you some juicy stuff too. That's alright though.
Are you
No,
serious?
no, that's alright.
No, you
Yes
wasn't.
I was. I had some juice, I was gonna tell you. But
No, you wasn't. Because if you was gonna tell me that something like that, you would have told me
I
first.
just thought about it because it's
Hey, Phyllis.
Valentine's and I was gonna tell you some juice, but that's alright now.
You was gonna tell me some juice about what, babe?
About oh, the bag, the ice bag kind of
Bro,
well, it didn't break, but some of the ice spilled out. So.
do you know that my shirt don't fit? I'm gonna have to take that shirt back to Walmart.
What's
I'm
that?
so mad. The shirt that I bought to wear.
You're so random.
Uh, hey, Pooka. Hey, Pooka, Pooka, Pooka. Did you say hi to everybody? You just jumped. You just jumped up there. You ain't say hi. Say hi. You can't just jump up here and not say nothing to the people. Say hi, Pookie. Say hi, Pooku. Okay. Don't lay down, child. Hey, beautiful magic. Hey, Phyllis. Hey, Deborah. What y'all doing? Yeah, Deborah, I gotta tell him that because I don't want him to say something juicy and I'm on live and y'all hear it. Last night I was watching this guy's live and I guess his business partner was saying something that should not have been heard on live. Honey, he clicked that live off so fast. I mean, it was just like bloop. And then he came back and said, yeah, he was saying something and we're under, contract, or I guess they must have been under an NDA or something. And his business partner, I guess, didn't realize he was on live. He was, just like talking. And yeah, we would have heard all them secrets. That's why I be telling him, I'm on live. Don't talk to me like me and you be talking when it's just me and you at the house, cause we be saying some interesting stuff
Yeah,
that y'all
I'm gonna keep this little juice to myself.
that y'all don't need to hear. Okay,
You gonna be calling me like, hey,
you
so
know I'm
where,
and
where
then
were you? I
and you ain't gonna. I already know you ain't gonna answer the phone, so I
I'm
ain't even
not
gonna
going
call.
to.
I'm not gonna call because I know you not gonna answer. Cause you mean like that. It's good. I'm not even gonna trip off of that. I'm gonna
I ain't
forget you
going.
said that.
I ain't saying nothing.
Up, Deborah said, "Did you see that Cash App shut down?" Yes, I did, honey. And what happened was, I okay. So I had went and had looked in on the Cash App thing to see if he was really doing another Cash App thing, and everybody was putting their Cash App in the comments and stuff. So, I left because he'll never get a dime of my money. And when I went back I was like, this stuff's still going on. It was maybe about 30 minutes later or whatever. And when I went back, honey, it said, this video is private. This video is no longer available. It's private. So I heard that the video got shut down in the middle of the video thing.
All right, juicy.
Okay.
Dude, jump down again like that.
He makes me so sick doing that.
Jump down again like that.
You got everything, child? Your 50 phones.
Yeah.
You got your lunch.
Got my lunch. Got my juice.
I heard it got cut off in the middle of the situation. I don't know because I wasn't there. You will never get a dime of my money. I don't even know why people want to give him their money. I mean, it's a scam. Like you give me $10 and I will bless somebody with $2, and then everybody that don't make no sense to me. I don't get it. Yeah, I don't understand it. And of course, he's saying that, it's not a scam because he's not forcing people to do this, but it is a scam. Because if someone gives you $2 and $10 and you give someone else $2, that's a scam. Because Jay Wilson is getting the majority of the money. I don't know. I don't understand how people are that stupid. I really don't. But hey, if they dumb, let them be dumb. Jay Wilson is scamming people, TT, doing what he calls cash app parties, and he ends up being the one getting the most money. But hey, it is what it is. But this ain't about him. Um, hey Stephanie, Stephanie said, "Yay! I caught you on the live. Well, I'm glad you're here, sweetie." Hey, Lady Hacker. Hey, Kelly. Um, so yesterday, Mr. Snoop Dogg decided to issue an apology. He said that his mama called him and told him that, basically, I ain't raised you like that to be out here disrespecting women. So, you know, he decided to tell Gayle King that he was sorry and said that he would like to have a sit down conversation with her in private. That means that you're not about to get me on the news and embarrass me. We're not gonna do that. And I know he's not dumb enough to do that because that would be a catastrophe. And I'm pretty sure she's probably not going to meet with him in private. Like if they run into each other at a party or something, But as far as sitting down talking to him, I doubt that very seriously. But anyway, we all know that his mama ain't called him and told him nothing. Okay, the producers of the show that he has with Martha Stewart, that Cooking with Martha Stewart show, or whatever the name of that show is probably who called him and said, hey, check this out. You are not going to mess up Martha Stewart's money. So they are calling for your resignation from the show. They want to put you off the show. So you better get out there and tap dance for these people or you going to be out of a job. That's what happened. His mama ain't said nothing. Okay? His mama ain't said nothing because if it had been about his mama, he never would have said that mess in the first place. But that is how Snoop Dogg really feels about women. Calling women female dogs, that's his thing. That's how he really feel about women. Because let me tell y'all, let me show y'all what he put on here for Valentine's Day. I'm going to show y'all what he wrote for Valentine's Day. This whole female dog thing, and y'all know when I say female dog, y'all know what I'm saying, right? I just don't want to say the actual word. I want y'all to read this. if you can't say it. A lot of y'all female dogs gonna be stood up like those brooms on Friday. That's how he feel about women. Okay? I don't you just got over calling one woman that, and then you gonna turn around and basically say the same thing again? No, bruh. That's who you are as a person. You are that person. Oh man, this the wrong charger. This charger don't even work for my phone. Gizmo, this ain't even the right charger. Oh gosh. How did I do that? Maybe this fits my husband's phone. Cause it sure don't fit mine. Um well he didn't already embarrass his wife, didn't he? Didn't he get caught cheating? He didn't already embarrassed her. So am I gonna are we gonna have to block this person? Flat Earth India? We ain't had no crazy people come in here in a minute. Oh, we're gonna have to block them. Hold on, y'all. Let me go get my other charger. Dang, my eyes running. So I had on makeup for 2 days, right? And when I got up this morning, my eye was on fire. Do you hear me? On fire. Okay, maybe that charger works. God, dog, what happened? What happened, Phyllis? I went to get my charger and that person wrote 5 comments? What happened? I feel like Gayle and Snoop are both wrong. Gayle is just condescending with it, and Snoop is rude. I don't know how to react anymore. How is Gayle condescending if she's doing her job? How is asking a question condescending? Okay? If if Lisa Leslie didn't want to answer that question, she had the right to say, I don't want to talk about this. Or um I think we've talked about this enough. Because I did see someone did post the majority of the interview. It was actually a decent interview. If you saw the whole thing instead of just that one clip, it was actually a decent interview. I don't think that, what Gayle King said, the question that she asked warranted Snoop Dogg's response. It's okay to be upset. But for one, Snoop Dogg wasn't even there while Lisa Leslie was being interviewed. It wasn't like she interviewed you, Snoop Dogg. She interviewed Lisa Leslie. So if anybody was going to be upset, I would think that it would be Lisa Leslie. But do you see how Lisa Leslie and everyone else in the NBA handled that situation? Not one person from the NBA, from Kobe's family, from anything responded the way Snoop Dogg did. When Snoop Dogg responded the way he did, he inflamed his subscribers to attack her. That's wrong. You can't do that. And it's okay to get upset. But in your getting upset, you cannot disrespect someone else and make verbal threats. That is where the situation got out of hand. It is okay to express your anger. It is fine to express your anger. We are, if you're angry, express your anger. But you're not supposed to make verbal threats or curse someone out just because you're angry. That is childish and ghetto. That shows that you have a lack of maturity, a lack of intelligence, and a lack of class. When you have to resort to calling a woman a female dog because you are mad at them, you are classless as a man. Because there are millions of other words that he could have used, but female dog is the highest disrespect that you can use for a woman. So he chose that. And when you do that, it shows that you are classless. But see, the thing is, some of you women are so used to being disrespected by the toxic men that you are in relationships with, you don't see anything wrong with that. Because it only takes one time for a man to call me a female dog, and we are no longer friends. But see, y'all lay up with men that call you female dogs and everything else up under the sun, and so you think that's okay. So when you see a man do it to another woman, it's so familiar to you that you don't have a problem with it. You have been hit, disrespected, slapped, punched, kicked, everything by a man. So when you see a man do something like that to a woman, you don't have a problem with it. But see, I do. Because I know that real men, for one, don't talk to women like that. And for two, would never disrespect a woman in public in that manner. Tell me I'm lying. She interviewed two proven liars who let me say something about this. Sweetheart, when we're talking about Gayle, Snoop Dogg, and Kobe. So don't bring all the rest of that, what she did to Michael Jackson, what she did to Harvey Weinstein, what she did to Kunta Kinte, what she did to Sherlock Holmes. That's where y'all get messed up at. Stay here. Have you ever been to a debate? When you are in a debate, you have to stay on topic. You can't go around Jerusalem because you get points taken off for the inability to stay on topic. So we're talking about Kobe, Gayle King, Lisa Leslie, and Snoop Dogg. We ain't talking about Harvey Weinstein, Michael Jackson, and none of them other people. Okay? That's where y'all get messed up at because you lump everybody together. Just like Snoop Dogg did in this instance. He lumped Gayle and Oprah in this thing together. Oprah didn't have nothing to do with this. Y'all mad at Oprah too. Oprah wasn't there. Oprah wasn't even in the studio when this situation happened. So how did Oprah get lumped in with Gayle just because they best friends? Because if I get a ticket, Me and my husband, I'm driving. I get a ticket. They gonna put my name on that ticket. I'm behind the wheel. They're not gonna put Mr. and Mrs. Brown. They gonna put Mrs. Brown on the ticket. Okay? Y'all need to learn how to disassociate stuff that's not affected by the situation that's going on at hand. Y'all want to lump all these two women together because you mad at Oprah, now you mad at Gayle. She did Michael Jackson, she did Harvey, she did what's that other man name? The Russell Simmons. They hate black men. Oh my God. Y'all be doing too much. I swear. Y'all do. I'm not even gonna read the rest of that comment. Y'all can comment on that if you want to. January 11th said the whole thing with Snoop Dogg and Gayle was completely out of line. Why can't we just let Kobe rest in peace? It's just too much, and this is the last thing his family wants to deal with. Hopefully, his family is ignoring all this mess. I really hope that they are. I hope that, you know, for one, the family has too much other stuff going on. I'm pretty sure they don't even care about what's going on with Gayle and Snoop Dogg. If I was Kobe's wife, that would be the last thing. You people arguing over the internet, that would be the last thing that is on my mind. I'm pretty sure at while all of this was going on, Vanessa was trying to figure out what to put on Kobe's headstone and Gigi's headstone and how to lay them to rest. She could care less about Snoop Dogg, Gayle, Lisa Leslie, and all the rest of them people. I don't think they even looked at that madness. I hope they didn't. I really do. Because it makes absolutely no sense. Christopher Greenfield said, my mother was in an abusive relationship for years after my parents divorced as a kid. Women are true goddesses and deserve the respect that follows in general. Everyone needs love and put out love. Exactly. Exactly. But, we do live in a male dominated society. It has always been a male dominated society. And men have always disrespected women. And I think now that we have social media, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, it's just more prevalent. But women have always, since the creation of society, women have always been treated as second class citizens. And men have always disrespected women. Even in the workplace, the majority of women don't get paid as much as men, even though we may be smarter than the guy that got the promotion, he's still going to get the promotion because he's a man. It's just the men's club that they don't want women in. That's why I'm always going to be here trying to boost women up, and give you tips on how to release your anger and frustration and all of that kind of stuff and build you up, because I feel like men, y'all already got that. You get that all the time. This is a man driven society. So I don't have to help you. But my women, I'm always going to help. And I'm never going to be on the side of a man when he is disrespecting a woman. Never, ever, ever. Never will I do that. Because I love my women too much. I'm gonna always be the one rooting for you in the background, clapping you up and praying for you. You know why? Because men ain't gonna do it. They too busy calling us female dogs and trying to figure out a way to hurt our feelings and stuff. Nah, forget Snoop Dogg. I could care less about him, his feelings, and everything else. Because to me, that really did not have anything to do with Kobe. I really don't think he's just an angry person. So this was just his opportunity to say what he wanted to say. He got that off his chest. And if I was Gayle, I would never. Oh, okay, yeah, I accept your apology, but I would never ever invite you to anything. I wouldn't if I saw you out in public, I wouldn't talk to you because I'ma still be that female dog that you call me on social media. I'ma always side eye you. I would never trust you because you said what you really felt. You really felt that. Definitely a male dominated society is terrible. Equal rights for everyone, regardless of gender, sexual orientation, culture, color, or disability. Without a woman, I wouldn't be here. Right, without a woman, none of us would be here. None of us. We all come from a woman. But I bet you he wouldn't want nobody to call his mama a female dog. I bet you he would. He would have a fit. In Native American spirituality, they believed that Mother Nature used to be an actual woman. That's interesting. Correct me, but it seems like there's always confusion and war behind this patriarchal system. Well, the world is based on war. Everything started behind war. They have always fought for land and oil and resources. So yeah, the world is this America's founded on war. And so yeah, it just it just trickles down. Men will always fight women. For one thing, men get intimidated by women's intelligence. Men are their egos are really fragile. They get highly intimidated by our intelligence. Men want us to be pretty and look up to them. But inside this pretty head is a nice big brain that I have chosen to use. I would never dumb myself down for no man. If you can't accept my intelligence, then you can't accept me. And along with that intelligence comes this mouth. It's this, they work together. I'm not about to dumb myself down for some man because you are in you intimidated by me. Boy, bye. Goodbye. Bye, child. Snoop was wrong, and I will forever say that he was wrong. And the only reason why he apologized is because he did not want to lose that job with Martha Stewart. He didn't just come into this realization that what he said was going to upset his mother, because if he had, he would have never said it. He don't want to mess up that job with Martha Stewart. That's who called him and told him, hey, you are going to have to release us. Is his publicist and probably the producers or whatever for that Martha Stewart show called him and said, hey, you're going to have to release a public apology. Because I heard that it was a petition. They were circulating a petition to get him off the show. That's what that was. Did you ever accept the notion on God, then man, then wife? Because that never really sat well with me. I don't really care. But that's what Christianity is founded on. It's founded on God creating man first, and then realizing that man was going to be alone, and he didn't want him to be lonely. So he put him to sleep and took a rib from him and created woman. So we were created from man. You know, that taking of the rib from him to create woman was supposed to be what brought us closer together. Because not only did he create a woman, but he created a woman from you, from the man. So he was supposed to be our protector, our lover, our true mate, because we come from you. So it was God's design that if I make something that came from you, you will take care of that. But we have gotten to the point now where men can care less about us. They don't care about no women. The night I walked in on my mom crying after getting a black eye from ex-abusive boyfriend, I was 16. My friends and I went and taught him a lesson. Only time I raised my fist without regretting it. Yeah, and I don't blame you. That's your mama, and you supposed to take care of her. I know if somebody did something to me, like all of this stuff that these people be talking, all the little mess that they be talking on the internet, you would never fix your face to say none of that in front of either one of my kids. Neither one of them. You wouldn't even try that. You would look at my sons and your mama is the sweetest person. I just love her. I watch her videos. She's so sweet. Ain't no way in the world you would run up on either one of my kids and say something crazy. I'm a Leo. Yes, I am a fire sign. And you wouldn't do that with my husband either. You wouldn't do that with my husband. I mean, like I don't really care who was here first. I don't care if I don't care about the God, man, woman, that whole design. I just care about the way that you respect me. I care about the way that you treat me. Don't treat me like I'm a second class citizen. But Christianity, that stuff is set in stone. Like that won't be changed. We can't change the way people feel about women, but we can change the way we allow people to treat us. Don't let people treat you and talk to you in a manner. If you feel disrespected, you let the person know. Especially not no man. You're not going to talk to me any kind of way. And lay up in my house and put your feet up under my table and eat my food. No, you're not. I don't need you that bad. And I think that's what some of these women, y'all need to realize. You don't need him. You want him. Your wants, your desires are different from what you need. You need air. You need water. You need food to survive. You need shelter. You don't need no man. You want him. You desire him. He is good to have, but I don't need you. And I think that's where a lot of these men, Then got this whole situation twisted. Oh, she need me. I can act any way I want. Oh, okay. Well, your acting any way you want is going to get you on the opposite side of that door. Because you will never put your feet up under my kitchen table acting a fool. That's where y'all done let these little young guys, that's where you done messed up at. You let these little youngsters think that you need them. Start showing them that I don't need you. You can be replaced. I will replace you. I will put you out. You will come home and all of your stuff will be on the lawn. You have to let them know that from the gate, that you're not playing with a child. Okay? I was born on a day, but it wasn't yesterday. You will come home and everything you own will be sitting outside on the lawn playing with me. But that's the problem. We have allowed these men to think that we need them. Now, you nice to have, but I don't have to have you. I will not be disrespected. I just won't. That I can't do. Stephanie said, I'm so glad that I married a man that loves, respects, and honors me. So do I. Okay, Stephanie, I'll look for it because I don't know. I don't let everybody um into my Instagram, but I will look at it. I mean, this we are coming up to a day when some guys are going to prove themselves. They're going to show you who you are come Friday. Friday. If you don't hear from Jody on Friday, you the side chick. If Jody call you Saturday and say, "Oh, let me swing by there. I got your Valentine's thing, but I was busy yesterday. I was hanging out with my boys." You the side chick. And you know what? Block Jody's number. Now, if you know Jody was at work, you know Jody was at work. But see, even if Jody had to work on Valentine's Day, he should have been there he should be there today. Okay? He should be there today bringing you your stuff. Telling you tomorrow or swing by before he go to work. Something. But if you don't hear from Jody at all on Valentine's Day, you the side chick. Okay? If Jody come over there Saturday with your flowers and your candy, you the side chick. I'm telling you now. I'm telling you now. Okay? Friday is coming. It's coming. And I'm going to be real. This real talk. Now, unless that's the type of relationship that you want to be in and, you don't care about being a side chick and you know that Jody is playing with you and you playing with Jody and you playing with somebody else too, then that's fine. But if Jody is playing with Martha and Martha is the real chick, okay? Now, Jody taking Martha out to the Hyatt Regency overlooking the bay, and they having champagne and, the whole 9 yards for Valentine's Day, which is Friday. And then Saturday, he take you to Red Lobster. Don't you tell me you love him. Okay? Don't you get in my inbox. I'm telling you now. Don't you send me no email. Saturday, talking about how can I get Jody to love me because he didn't call me on Valentine's Day, but he came and picked me up Saturday. Don't you try me like that, because I'm gonna block you. Because I didn't already told you. If Jody call you Saturday, if Jody come over to the house Saturday with one of them little bears that he didn't bought from the lady that be selling them teddy bears Saturday, block him. I'm telling you what to do. I'm telling you exactly what to do. Okay? Block him. Cause he playing with you. And he know when you accept that he can do whatever he want to do. He is playing with you. This stuff should be taught in school. Basic etiquette. Men learn how to be gentlemen, period. Everyone learns equally, 100%. Bullying. People love and respect. They don't teach that kind of stuff in school. These kids now are wilding out in school. I mean, I some of the videos that I see of kids in school now, how they're talking to their teachers and stuff, is unimaginable to me. I can't believe it. I really can't. Hey, KK. Honey, I would rather be alone too, cause you know what? I can go right on over there, cause this is my thing. I love going to CVS and Walgreens. Me and my husband, we always make the rounds after Valentine's Day because the stuff is 50% off. Then, them big old teddy bears and stuff, they done priced them down. I'd be like, yeah, give me that one now because it's cheap. Don't you be out there buying me one of them teddy bears full price? Because the stuff, the squishy, I like squishy mellows, and they're like $20 regardless. I like the big size ones. And I usually do get one for Valentine's Day. But I mean, my husband buys those for me regardless. So it's like Valentine's Day is just really not a big deal for us. Like I don't like flowers, and we trying to, get the candy and stuff on sale. Plus, I can't have nuts, and I love the nuts and chews, and I can't have nuts anymore because for some reason, I've developed this nut allergy. So, I usually like to go to the store and pick out my own candy, like which one I want, because I don't want him to pick something, even though he knows that I can't eat nuts. Then I have this, like, I don't like coconut, and so I be wanting to pick my own candy. You don't have to surprise me with candy and stuff. And he know I don't like flowers, but I already know that my husband loves me. So, Valentine's Day, and that's not a big deal for me. I mean, and if you're in a committed relationship, like, you shouldn't be basing your relationship on Valentine's Day. I need a good vegetarian recipe to cook for my sweetie. I heard that. I think we're going out to dinner. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not really into astrology, like deeply into astrology. I mean, I do have a very fiery personality, but that's just me naturally. Like always been um I've always had like a fiery personality. I've always been kind of hot headed. Like I have recently been working on that. Like, I will allow myself to get angry, but just don't go off, you know. Whereas when I was younger, I did, go off a lot and talk crazy to people. I try not to do that kind of stuff now because, I feel like the older you get, the more mature you should get, and you should be looking at how you handle things differently. Like, you shouldn't still have to be going off and cussing and fussing and doing all that kind of stuff with people like in my 50s, like I did when I was in my 20s. Like, yeah, I did it when I was in my 20s, but I try not to. And I'm not saying I'm perfect. Don't get it twisted. I will cuss you out, most definitely. But I do try to let that be the last resort. Before I've exhausted, I try to exhaust all other resources before I just go straight to cussing you out. But I will. So that is the number. If anyone wants to call in and speak their mind, you can do so for the last 15 or 20 minutes of the show. Call in. I really need to get back into tarot cards or try rune stones. My old roommate and I used to try tarot readings on each other over to yeah, I do readings. That's one thing I said that I did want to look into, and that was doing the rune stones. What movie was that? Um what was it called? Summer something that came out last year. It had it had a lot of runes in the movie. Like, they weren't witches, but it was something. That it was a weird movie. I saw a movie last night that was really interesting. I think the name of it was Snow Walker. Y'all know that YouTube has a lot of free movies. They have a lot of sites on YouTube now where you can watch like a lot of free movies. Like, the entire movie is just all type of genres of movies. And I saw this one particular movie last night. I think the name of it was Snow Walker, and it was basically about a white guy who was trying to take a Eskimo woman somewhere because she was sick. And, he was taking her in this plane ride. And when the movie started off, it kind of started off showing how disrespectful he was to like another Eskimo um, guy. The white guy was just disrespectful, period. So he took this girl. She didn't really speak a lot of English. He was taking her somewhere, I guess, so she could see a doctor because she was sick. But anyway, the plane ended up crashing, and they were like in this remote area. And it was just interesting how, it started off with them barely being able to communicate with each other because her English was very limited. And of course, he didn't speak any Eskimo. And it just kind of, the storyline, the movie was really good to be a story that was basically just two people, and it wasn't a whole lot of dialogue. They didn't do a whole lot of talking because they couldn't, because they, didn't speak the same language. But it just got to the point where their relationship developed to the point where he understood her, and started to respect the way that she did things, because they had to end up killing a bison, or some type of moose or something. She had to end up killing the animal for them to eat. And just watching this man eat this raw meat and stuff, something that he had never did before in his culture. When you get hungry, you will do things a little different. I mean, it was a really good movie. It was one of those movies. Mm.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hello.
Hi, I'm so nervous. I'm calling in for the very first time. It's Stephanie.
Why you nervous, girl?
I don't know. I've been watching for over a year. I feel like I'm talking to a superstar.
Oh my gosh. Girl, you know I'm sitting right here in my living room. You know I ain't no superstar.
I know. I was just watching you. I was like, I'm a bit of a nerd and I'm just going to call in.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you did.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
What you want to talk about, girl?
Okay. I had a couple of questions, if you don't mind diving into it.
Oh.
Now, I know that you spoke on you being an ordained minister in your life, and then you started practicing Santeria, I believe it is.
It is.
As far as your children go, like what age was that when you did that in your life, and then how did they handle that? Not to say that you took that Christianity away from them, but when you dived into other things, what was their response to that?
Well, my kids stopped going to church. I think we stopped going to church. They were probably about 6 or 7 years old when I kind of stopped going to church the first time. And then I went back to church. When I went back, I think they were teenagers. And you know how kind of going back to church, and at that teenage point, they really didn't want to go to church. And that was when I went back to church the second time, and I was like really serious. That was when I had got ordained. My kids at that point were really not into church like that, and I did not force them. Kind of chose to not want to go. And I didn't want them to go unless they wanted to go. I didn't want to force them, because I said, when they need religion, it will be there for them. I'm not going to drag them into a situation where they don't want to be. Now, when I was ordained as a minister, I had already stuck my foot into the Orishas. I had already been initiated into Santeria at that time. So it was growing up in church. In my 20s, I got out of church. I got initiated into the Orishas. I got back in church. I became an ordained minister. And then I just blended those things into each other for me. Now, when I was initiated into Santeria, my oldest son, was a little concerned, because, of course, most people grow up thinking that Santeria is voodoo, and voodoo is what we see on TV, and what we see on TV is negative. Okay. So he was a little nervous. He didn't, of course, understand what was going on. My youngest son didn't care. And it's only 18 months between the two of them, but he didn't care. He was like, that's your business. Go and do your thing. He didn't care. But my oldest son did. And he just wanted to
Yeah.
make sure that it wasn't the voodoo that they show on TV. Like I wasn't going to hurt him or hurt somebody or, just be out here doing some weird stuff. And when I explained to him that that is the way that the media wants to portray our religion, because they don't want us to have that power. So, of course, they tell us that it's something bad to keep us away from it. And then when he
Mhm.
saw that, oh, okay, well, honoring the ancestors is, it's nothing bad. She doing her thing. It was okay, she doing her thing. That's her thing. And my kids have always respected that as my thing. That's just my mother. My mother is, and then, of course, when your kids want to scare somebody, of course, when my sons would want to scare one of his girlfriends or something, he would be like, well, my mama a witch. Or, my mama do that voodoo. but, they both, now, that's my entire family, the people that I do talk to, because a lot of my family members, okay, so my family found out, my mother's side of the family found out, and they are very Christian,
Mhm.
found out that I had been initiated because my cousin saw me right after my initiation in all white at the bank. And she was like, "Oh, are you into Santeria?" And I was like, "Yeah, I just got initiated last week." And she was like, "Oh, okay. So who did you get initiated to?" And I was like, "Oh, shoot." And she was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I have a friend." And she made it seem like she was cool. Not knowing, she
Yeah.
went back and told the family, "Oh, well, LaShawna doing that voodoo and blah blah this and blah blah that." And so a lot of my family members stopped talking to me on my mother's side of the family.
How how did you deal with that? Because I feel like I'm in a place in my life where I'm trying to discover what it is that I'm trying, what I want to do, and what calls for me to do. And I have a child; she's under 2, and I'm just like, what do I want to introduce her to? But I don't even know if I don't know myself. And then being ostracized from my own family, who are just, we're in the Bible Belt, so they're diehard Christians, and if you ain't doing that, you're going to hell type situation. And I just don't believe that. And I think my main fear is the whole loneliness that you might be opened up to.
Yeah. I mean, I can't really say that, like, I don't know your situation. I don't know how close you are to your family. Like, I wasn't really that close to my family to begin with. I mean, that's a long story. So, with them basically turning their backs on me, it really didn't matter, because I felt like me and my family had a Facebook relationship. Like, we really
Okay.
didn't see each other in person that often. It was kind of like, we saw each other for funerals or, whatever. But other than that, we just kind of talked to each other on Facebook. So, when they
Yeah.
started talking about me, one of my other cousins called me and told me that, my cousin told everybody in the family that I was doing voodoo, and that she saw me in all white and, all of this kind of stuff. And then I guess they found my business page on Facebook, and it does have
Yeah.
some hoodoo items, and it talks about readings and all of that kind of stuff. So I guess it was just too much for them to deal with. But I'm not going to change who I am to make other people feel comfortable or better about themselves. So I was like, all right, then. I ain't got to talk to none of y'all. And I don't. I don't.
Yeah.
Because it was like, oh, so y'all want to talk about me behind my back and, say a whole bunch of stuff. So I just started randomly blocking people in the family. And so they were like, oh, well, so and so was trying to talk to you, but they said you blocked them. Oh, okay, I missed you. So I'm going to block you too. Bye, oh, I forgot you. Let me block you too then. That's how I took it, because I'm not going to allow anybody to make me feel bad because of the decisions that I've made. Instead of trying to understand what I did and why I did what I did, they just, chose to make up a story. So
Yeah.
I just let them run with that. If it's not enough for you to come to me and ask me, like my one cousin did at least come to me and ask me what was going on, I at least respected her for at least asking. And she
Yeah.
was like, well, you know how people are in our family, we're Christian. And even my brother said, like, where'd you get that mess from? We are Christians. Mind you, he a whole Jehovah Witness. And it ain't nobody else in our family that's a Jehovah Witness. Well, I was like, well, how did you become a Jehovah Witness? We are different.
Yeah.
There's a
Yeah.
huge difference between Christianity and being a Jehovah Witness. So why can't I be what I am? Because my getting initiated into Santeria does not take away from the fact that I still love Jesus. And I think that's what
Yeah.
people believe, that you stop loving God, or you stop honoring the creator. You a devil worshiper. But I mean, I just think it's up to you, sweetie. That's a decision that you have to make. And, how close are you to your family? Like, are they going to understand that you still love Jesus? No one is ever going to tell you to stop loving Jesus or stop believing in God. Santeria does not do that. We still believe in God. We believe in the Creator. We have to honor Jesus because the majority of our ancestors were Christian.
Mhm.
So we don't stop, you know. I still love gospel music. I listen to gospel music. I just don't have no pictures of white Jesus in my house because I don't get down like that. Okay? I'm not gonna be worshiping no blonde haired, blue eyed God. That ain't my
I
thing.
understand that. I
No,
understand
I
that.
can't. I can't do that. Now, if I'm gonna worship Jesus, when I think about Jesus, he got hair and skin like me. I'm not gonna
Mhm.
worship no blonde haired, blue eyed God. I'm not. So that's something that you are gonna have a conversation with your family. And if they are close enough to you and they love you, they should, be able to accept that. Now, I kept a lot of things from my mother. You know what I mean? I didn't tell her
Mhm.
everything that I was doing, but I told her some things. I just told her enough. But I kept telling her that, I still, of course, I still love the Lord. I still believe in Jesus. But in my world, he's black. But, I ain't had to tell her that because, she was 93 years old. It's certain things that you just don't want to tell older people. You don't have
Yeah.
to tell your family
Absolutely.
everything. Some of that stuff
Yeah.
is your business. It's not their business. It's not everybody's business. If you notice, I don't wear my alekes every day. I don't wear them. I'm not out here showing the whole world. I do hoodoo. You don't have to tell everybody. Just do what you
Well,
want.
I don't want to keep you because I know that there's probably people that want to call in. But one last question, and you said that you was a child of Oshun, and then you mentioned that there's different sides to, or different personalities or aspects to Oshun, which I'm assuming that all these deities have that within them. But is it just two sides? Is it three, four, five? And did when you was initiated, is that when they told you, yes, you're a child of Oshun, but you are this aspect of the personality within itself?
Yeah. I think yeah to everything you said. There is more than
Okay.
there's more than one side to all of the Orishas. I mean, there are sides to the Orishas that we will never even know. You know what I mean? Because this is a religion that has been passed down from person to person to person, and then the spirits are giving us information. So there are aspects of the orishas that we would never know, just like there are. Our mind is limited compared to God. So the scope of the orishas is so much bigger than we could ever understand. But yes, when you are initiated, they tell you then what, part of the Orisha is you are associated with. So which road of Oshun is claiming you at the time. You learn all of that stuff when you are initiated. All of that comes up then. Did
Well,
that
thank
answer?
you for taking. It does. I mean, I seen a video. Someone did a video of Yemiya, and I watched different videos on the Orishas, but it was a video of Yemiya, and it made me cry because it just resonated with me so much. And I went to see anybody and get initiated and any of that, but that particular video of Yemiya just resonated so much with me, and I'm just like, wow, like that's interesting that this video made me cry. That's weird, but I
Well, I
definitely
mean,
should
yeah,
look
it could
into
just
that.
be, it could just be your ancestors or your spirit guides. You just made a connection there, or something
Yeah,
could have just resonated with your spirit to, cause you to cry. But you won't know until you have a reading, like what your
right.
Orisha is. But you can still work with any Orisha. Like you can work with Yumaya, you can talk to her, you can, set up your altar if that's what you choose to do, and talk to her if that's what you want. It's not like you have to be initiated to talk to an Orisha. You can talk to them, but that doesn't mean that that is your head Orisha, is what I'm saying. But you can still have a relationship with them.
I guess the silly question would be, do you talk as if it's like me and you talking? Do you pray like you're praying to Jesus? Like, what does that look like? Or I guess, what does that look like for you?
Well, what it looks like for me and what it would look like for you is two totally different things because I've
Right.
been
Sure.
initiated. So yeah, the prayers that I would use for the Orisha, I am speaking in Yoruba. It's not
Okay.
in English. You use the Yoruba tongue when you speak to the Orishas when you are initiated. But as a non initiate, yeah, you can speak to the Orishas just like you're talking to me. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Just like you talk to
Okay.
Jesus or you talk to God. When you
Yeah.
talk to God, don't you talk to Him like you talk to me?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean,
I
you
mean,
know, you know what I mean? Like some people, well, okay. Now, I know how church folks are. And when they talk to
Yeah.
God, they, Lord, the Father of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Lord. Now, you know most people don't do that at home, right? That you know them deacons, you know Deacon Jones ain't getting on his knees at home going through that long prayer that he do at church. Okay? So,
Right.
and check this out. To be real with you, God is not even expecting all of that. All that, he don't need all that. Just talk to him, tell him what's going on, and move on. Okay? All of that extra stuff,
Mhm.
we don't have to do all of that. All that putting the 2 on the 10, we don't have to do all that. But let Deacon Jones do that for, church services and stuff because that's part of the church. We're gonna let Deacon Jones do that at church, but at home we don't have to. We don't have to be going through all of that stuff, sweating and carrying on and busting our knees wide open because Jesus don't need all that. Because really, he ain't hearing all them repetitious words anyway. He's going by what's in our hearts. Because you can make anything sound good, and your heart
Yeah.
could be black.
Yeah.
So yeah, just
Yeah.
talk to the Orishas like you talk to me. You talk to your ancestors like you would have talked to them when they were alive. If your grandmother was the type of person that you would go to and she would soothe you when things were hurting, then that's the person that you go to when you're hurt. If your grandfather was the one that would get a bat and run Johnny down the street if he said something crazy to you, when somebody is messing with you, you go to your grandfather because he gonna get that bat and chase them down the street. You
I
treat your
think that
ancestors the same way that you treated them when they were alive.
I think that's a blockage for me in a sense because I'm blessed that my grandparents are still here.
That's good.
But in another sense, I guess their parents, I never met them. So establishing, and I guess I don't have to really establish a relationship because they're my ancestors,
Right.
they're my blood.
Right.
But in the same sense, it's just like, not to say they're strangers, but outside of their names, I don't know really anything else about them. And I don't know if you really need to know anything about them besides calling on them, but I have very limited knowledge of who they were as people.
I didn't know my grandparents on my father's side at all. I never met them. Never.
Okay.
But they my
Okay.
grandparents. And they are my
Yeah.
ancestors, and I respect them. And when I go to my ancestor table, I say everybody who is connected to me in any way. If I need a whole bunch of help, I'm calling on all y'all. I need all y'all to come. Everybody. Even my baby sister, I want her to come too. And she was only a couple of months old, but I'm going to need you to get your little stuff together because I need you to fight too. I'm going to call them all. Okay? I
Yeah.
want everybody to come. When things get bad, I need everybody. So I'm going to need y'all to pick up my baby sister and bring her too. Because I know had she been here, she would have been 10 toes down for me. So get her, don't leave her
Okay.
behind. So yeah, because my father is everybody gone now. My mama, my daddy, my grandparents, everybody gone. So when stuff happened, yeah, my ancestors is deep. They deep.
Yeah.
I got a whole bunch of folks. And I count on them. You know what I mean? I love them. I respect them. I feed them. Their birthdays, I light a candle for them. The grandkids, when they come over to the house, they see the altar, they know who they are. My granddaughter has lived here. She knows everybody on the ancestor table, and she will say this is the ancestor table. She knows, because she's been around that her entire life.
Mhm.
So yeah, everybody, my husband, when we first started dating, I told he came over to the house. But I had already told him what I was into before we, when we started talking. So I said, now when you come over to the house, you're going to see a table, and it has my ancestors and my water and a candle. It may have food or whatever. If you choose to add your grandmother or, whoever to the table, I'm fine with that. He has chosen not to. So the only people that, are being honored in my house at this present time is my ancestors, and he don't have a problem with that.
Luckily, my husband, I don't think he really cares what I do. He told me as long as he don't walk in and I'm sacrificing a goat, he don't care. So I'm glad about that part of it. I haven't did an altar for my ancestors. I know there's plenty of videos out there of how to do it and what to do to set it up. Or whatnot, but it's, I don't know. I think fear still blocks me because I see videos and people saying, yeah, my ancestors walk around my home. And in my mind, I'm like, I don't want to see no ancestors walking around my home. I don't want to see them. I
Well,
don't
tell
need them
him.
setting
Tell him.
alarms off.
Then you tell him. Tell him I don't want to see you. I have told my ancestors I don't want to see you. I want y'all to stay where y'all at. I don't want no spirits walking around in my house. And I have not had any problems with spirits. I have made that perfectly clear. Don't come here. There's no reason for you to be here. When I called on you to send you to somebody else's house, I want you to go there and go on back with, oh yeah, there's no reason for you to come here. I have made that perfectly clear. I don't want no spirits here. Now, if I call you and tell you to come here, that's different. But if I don't show up here. And if you do, I'm going to need you to knock on the front door, and I'm going to answer the door. And when I see it's you, I'm going to close the door in your face because I don't want you in the house. Okay? I done told you that. So I don't have no problems. Now, people who be saying that they ancestors be walking around the house and doing all this kind of stuff, they have opened up their house and told the spirits that it's okay for you to come. So once you open up your house and tell the spirits it's okay for you to come, don't have a problem when they then show up. But see, I've made that clear from the gate. Don't come here.
Did you do that before the altar or during the altar or after the altar?
When I set the altar up, it was made clear then, don't come. I love you, but I don't want to see you. I'm not that type of person. I don't want you walking around my house. So I don't have no problems with spirits. None.
Okay.
I've never had any problems with spirits. My ancestors, they come to me in dreams. And I'm fine with that.
Now, I have had that happen, but it freaked me out a little bit. Only because this particular ancestor or relative, he did have Down syndrome in his life. And when I seen him in my dreams, it did not sit well with me. And so I don't really like talking about it. And I really don't know what was up with the dreams. And I know other relatives have had dreams about him, but they never went into details about the dream as well.
Well, in situations like that, it's no telling.
Because, yeah, I'm sure.
He could, in the dream, he could be trying to maybe communicate something that he wasn't able.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, people who have disabilities are not always treated the way that they should be. And I'm not, saying anything about your family, but
Yeah.
maybe he's coming back to, maybe give a message to somebody so that they won't do that again to anybody else. Maybe he is trying to, let people know that he was hurt, or maybe he's trying to let people know that he's, finally okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's as far as
I'm.
I go with spirits, is in dreams. That's all I've ever had, and that's all I want, and I have always made that clear. But I think with you, I really don't think that you should set up an ancestor altar, because for one, you're not ready for that.
Okay.
From the conversation, I really don't think that you're ready yet. You're still in that kind of inquisitive phase. You're still learning. And I really think that, your best bet is to get a reading and sit down and talk to someone that is in the religion, and then they can teach you. I'm sorry to the people in the chat. I can't read your comments because the phone is, y'all know what I'm talking about. Um, you find someone that can sit down with you and teach you how to set up your altar, how to be
Okay.
respectful of your ancestors, and how to communicate with your ancestors. I just don't like to see people just jump into something that they are just not really ready for, and it just kind of like doesn't seem like you're really ready for that yet. Just
I
keep
agree.
reading.
I agree.
Keep
I
reading.
agree.
Keep finding information. I mean, Google has a lot of good information. Just keep reading. And if it's for you, it will happen.
Yeah.
Because this is
Yeah.
not for everybody. You know what I mean? Just because you're black, it does not mean that this religion is for you. The Orishas pick us. We don't pick them.
Yes.
So maybe
Yeah.
Christianity is for you. Maybe that's what you're really supposed to be doing. But you won't know that until you get a reading. Okay? Does that make sense?
Thank you. It does, and I'm sorry for taking up too much of your time, but thank you for having this conversation with me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, sometimes you have to talk to get a understanding. And I really hope that you do. Find somebody in your area that is into this religion, if this is what you're interested in, and you can, have a reading, and then kind of go from there.
Okay, I will
Okay.
definitely search more in my area and see who can help me. But thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, sweetie. Okay,
Bye.
bye bye. Anybody else want to call? I'll take one more. One more call. Okay. Y'all know I'm gonna have to read these comments after. Um, if it's something really, really pressing, can one of the moderators let me know? Because hopefully y'all was reading the comments. If it's something really pressing, um, let me know, and I will answer that. Like if it's a, oh my God, how did I get on that? I don't want that. That's not what I want. Oh, okay. If it's something really pressing, can you let me know, and I'll answer that question. Okay. Thank you, Yimiya. Okay. Thank you, Phoenix. Um, yeah, that was a good conversation. And that's, one of the conversations that, uh-oh.
Yemoja. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hey, girl.
Hey, Ocean.
What's up, girl?
Nothing. I'm calling because I want to know what's going on with Snoop.
Oh, girl, you know, Snoop didn't. He apologized to. Well, he made a public apology on his Instagram to Gayle, and he said that his mama was the one that told him to apologize.
I thought he already apologized, though. Maybe his mother told him to apologize again.
He did. He did. No, that wasn't an apology. He said that first time he said he wanted to make it clear that he was not threatening her. That wasn't an apology. I don't think that was an apology. He just wanted to make it clear that he wasn't threatening her and that he would never hurt her physically. But this time, he said that he wanted to apologize because he wasn't raised like that, and his mama called him and told him that he should apologize. And
do you think it was genuine?
No.
Or do you feel like he did it to save face?
No, he did it to save face because him and Martha Stewart are about to come out with a TV show. You know that TV show that he had with Martha Stewart?
The cooking show?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
It's been renewed for another season. So it's about to start soon. So I think that the producers told him, hey, look, bruh, you're going to have to go on there and apologize because these people are, there was a petition to get him taken off the show.
Oh, wow, really?
Yes.
Oh, so that's probably why he don't want to lose his coin.
He don't want to lose his money, girl. This is a money grab. This man ain't trying to lose his money.
Apologize.
You think this man trying to lose his money? He don't care nothing about that woman. I just don't want to lose my money.
Right.
I apologize to anybody. So that's all that is.
Right. Did Gayle respond or no?
She, to his apology, no.
Okay.
Not that I've seen, unless she apologized on the. Is it the Today Show? Does she work on the Today Show? It's one of those morning shows. Unless
it is a Today Show. She works on.
Unless she said it on the show, because I don't watch those. I don't watch those shows. I'm not sure.
Right.
I haven't seen anything yet.
Right.
And I doubt
something
it.
behind him apologizing. I said, when I saw you talk about it again, I said, I thought he already apologized. And then I'm like, okay, because of that Martha Stewart show that comes out on VH1, I don't really watch it. I don't really like it. That's why he's apologizing, so he won't lose his contract and ratings and stuff.
Yeah,
so.
I'm not into Martha Stewart at all. Girl, I would never watch nothing that... Well, I wouldn't watch neither one of them. Ain't no way in the world I would support either one of them. I don't like Martha Stewart and don't like him either because he don't like women. He don't like women. He is extremely disrespectful.
He is. I agree. He really is.
So...
Did you see... another thing, did you see Gio make another video?
The second one or a third one?
The second one, because remember we talked about the first one.
Yeah,
so what
girl,
you think about the second video?
The second video was just too much information for me. I had to just tune out. You know, I like the tea. I like when somebody drop the tea, but I like it to be short. Like, keep the tea at like 15, 20 minutes. When you go into like an hour, all of that stuff just starts to blur into each other and it just starts to not make any sense. Because at this point, I just think that Gio is jealous and he just kind of mad because, well, you didn't pay me no attention. You didn't give me nothing for my birthday. When my mama came, you didn't take no pictures with my mama. I'm like, huh? What?
Yeah, like you announced your new show on my birthday and took away my limelight. like that was insane. I was like, what? That
What?
don't even make any sense.
You didn't take no pictures with my mama? You didn't mention my mama, and you came over my mama house, and we didn't take no pictures with my mama, and then people was calling my mama and threatening my mama, and I was like, huh? I thought we was talking about T.S. Madison. How did we get to your mama and your cousin and your sister and your brother? Oh God, I cut it off. I didn't even.
Right.
I couldn't even get through the. I couldn't get through his whole video because once you start adding other people, and especially if it's people that I don't know, like I don't know who Oliver is. I don't know who Dee Dee is. I know who Chi Chi. I know Chi Chi.
Yeah, did you see on Armand Wiggins' show? He did an interview with one of his old makeup artists, and he was exposing
Yes.
T.S. Madison too. And
Yes.
the person didn't even come on the show for Armand, because he doesn't like, T.S. He was speaking for the person with the allegations, and it just seemed like, I could be wrong, but this is my person. It just seemed like a lot of jealousy. It seemed like a lot of jealousy.
Well, Armand don't like T.S. Madison anyway, because they didn't have they little issues. But have you noticed that all of this drama is just a bunch of gay men fighting?
It is. It
Okay.
is.
And I can only take so much of that. Like, let them gay men fight. Y'all go on over there and fight and do what you gonna do. And I'm gonna be over here because that just gets on my nerves. Gay men fighting is worse than women fighting. A gay man fight is worse than a cat fight. Because it seems like they are more emotional than we are. And they say that
they're
women
very sensitive. It's like they're overly sensitive and overly offensive. It's like sometimes I don't understand. It's like the littlest things, get them to snap or explode, but at the same time, they can come at you very aggressive and expect you not to feel any certain type of way.
Overly sensitive, overly sensitive, overly aggressive, and overly dramatic. So I can't deal with Gio. I mean, I really hope the best for both of them. I hope that they're able to reconcile their friendship because you know that they will go through all of this and then a couple of weeks later they'll be friends again. He talking to everybody. He talking to Sean Bradley. He talking to Wiley. He talking to Duchess Kelly Love, and he done had words with everybody. So let them fall. If they want to fall out, let them fall out, child. And I ain't worried about them. I don't even care.
Right.
The only reason why I talked about it was to make a video.
Right.
I don't care about them people.
I don't think T.S., man, I don't know. I don't think she's going to forget it because she hasn't responded. She wasn't. I think it's going to blow over. I think they're just trying to, have their little drama. But it's like now it's like beating a dead horse because now I don't care. Everyone just doesn't understand the reason for the fallout, and it's getting very old and dramatic.
Don't nobody care. Really, the only people that care are the people in their circle. No one else cares.
Right. That's true.
Nobody else cares.
That's very true.
Because I know I don't. I mean, whoever that is calling, you're going to have to call back. Call back in a minute, okay?
Someone calling?
Yeah, somebody calling, child.
Because I want to hold up the phone lines.
Okay, well, let me see who this is.
I'm going to call you again soon.
Okay. Love you, girl.
I love you too.
Bye. Whoever that was, call back and you're going to be the last caller because we done already been on here an hour and 33 minutes. Call back whoever that was so you can be the last caller. Huh, Gizmo? Oh my gosh, you've been biting your tail. Gizmo. I'm going to have to put some medicine on there. The only thing about having a dog with eczema is every now and then he will get a spot and he will bite that, lick that spot until it turns red, and he got a little spot on his tail.
Sharika. To accept, press 1. To send a voice.
Hello?
Hi, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Fine. I was trying to put my Elmo's in the live, but I guess Wave 47 blocked me, and I wasn't trying to get blocked. But anyway, spiritual things that come to me.
I didn't hear you. But let me say this. You can't put too many emojis in the chat, because that triggers the YouTube algorithm as spam, and the video will get demonetized. You have to be careful
I
with
wasn't
emojis.
trying to. I was trying to put it something else, and my daughter bought me, and I actually didn't push the Elmo, but if I wasn't trying to call you friction either.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I'll unblock you. Are you blocked, or did she time you out?
Yeah, I wasn't trying to get on nobody's nerves. I have a special needs daughter. So
Oh,
I
okay.
was typing, and as I was typing, I actually hit the thing.
Okay. Well, I'll unblock you, or she can unblock you.
Thank you.
Okay. What's your question?
My question is, spirits comes to me all the time in my sleep. And my grandmother had came to me. She's been dead for, my son is 14 years. And this is the first time that she ever came to me in my sleep. And she raised me. And so my thing is, she was handing me some money, and it was like I was a little girl. And I had talked to this lady, and she told me to write something down. And as I write something down, write I love you and how I feel, and tell her that I thank her for visiting me. What do you think I should do when that happens?
Nothing. You can tell her thank you. Sometimes, it just depends. Like, was it something going on in your life at the time of the dream?
We were in a bad rut. We were staying somewhere that we shouldn't have been staying. You know how you find a little raggedy house? And I was trying to get out of it. And I think she came to me in my sleep because I had been praying on that. And I've been seeing, I be seeing 331144, and then it's this particular number that I be seeing. It's like 549, and I see it all the time. And I always tell it, thank you, whatever angel it is, because it's got to be an angel because I see that number all the time. So this particular, and I'm always saying I'm going to be ready when she comes talk to me because I want to talk to her so bad, And I just miss my grandma. And so whenever I see numbers like that, I pray to her, and I always say, well, if she comes to me in my sleep, I'm going to make sure I'm ready.
Well, do you have your altar set up?
No, I have a voodoo. I said voodoo, but voodoo, I can't even say it. It's a frog, the corn that you stick in the mouth. And I had a voodoo lady, and I don't know what else I should do, but I heard you say put some bread out and some water and some candles. But what kind of candle?
Right.
Does it do it matter how many?
You can just put one, just a regular white glass candle. You just need one. And a picture of your grandmother. You don't have to, just a picture of her with nobody else in the picture but her. Because it can't be any live people in the picture. So if she's on the picture with somebody else, then you have to cut them out. And that's all you need. But maybe she was telling you that maybe you're going to get some money soon, or some money is coming.
I didn't speaking on the money thing. I was just, wondering what was she trying to say. Because I want to know, like, my grandma raised me, and that's all I got. And I've been going through a lot, and I don't really have nobody but my kids. And sometimes I just, I can't find a job, can't seem to hold a job. I'm always down, can't seem to get my foot in the door nowhere. And, it's like, if nobody gives you a shot, how what is your next move?
Okay,
and I
so
want to do something with myself, and I don't know what else I can do. And I'm just like, well, my daddy deceased. What do I do? My mama alive, but me and her don't see eye to eye. And you don't want to talk crazy to your mom because, that's a blessing because she brought you here. So I have to numb up on that. And she didn't raise me, so we really don't have no relationship of understanding on one another. And the only person that will have everybody that raised me is deceased. And the only person that I can think of will be my grandmother in spirit that I can communicate with.
okay,
And
well,
I'm
can I tell you
frustrated
one
because-
thing? Can I tell you one thing?
Yes, ma'am.
Can I tell you one thing?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I want you to stop saying that I don't have anything or ain't nothing working out for me. I want you to stop saying that, okay? If you want things to work out for you, then you have to say that they are working. Speak it into existence, even though it's not here yet. Because you are
Yeah.
holding yourself down with that. That ain't nothing working out for me. Everybody gone. I gotta take care of myself. I don't have no job. Ain't no doors opening for me. That holds you down. That's a negative spirit. And you have to get rid
Right.
of that. Okay? You have to say,
Yes, ma'am.
money is coming to me. A job is coming. I will be successful. I will be happy. Doors will open for me, even though they're not open yet. You have to have the faith that they will open. You can't keep saying everything is closed up because you will keep everything closed. So you have to
Yeah.
to change the way that you speak. Speak
And I've
those
been working
things
on my
into
attitude.
existence.
Like I've been working on how I speak to people, or how I take things, because when you're young, as black girl, we just say popping off is the thing to do. And I just been trying to work on my receiving and how I come across to people. And as I get older, I start to realize that, I can't talk to that person like that, or, I don't want to go to my daughter's school, and just because they're not saying what I want them to say, I can't come across as a ghetto person, if that makes sense, because I have a special needs kid. And sometimes that's overwhelming, and when somebody calls you and they saying something that they really don't, it feel like they don't know what they're talking about, but they're professional. And I'm sitting there saying, well, I've been with this little girl for I don't know how long since she came in the world. Again, you say don't say nobody, but I haven't had any help like that. And so I've been struggling with her, and she has global development delay. Autism is something that I can't really express to nobody, and it costs us money. And when you take her to the school, and remind you, she goes to an all-Caucasian school, which is Caucasian teachers, and then majority of us is black going there. So, your kid is in their hands. You got to be careful what you say and be mindful and be respectful of how you come across. So I had to learn how to digress the dialogue of the things that I feel when they come at me with it. And so they suspended her, and I couldn't understand why they suspended a special needs kid. Like, I was lost on that. And then once I made the IEP meeting, I had to, accept what they were saying to me so I could get what I needed across for them to understand where I was coming from. And today I had a conversation with the teacher that was awesome, because this is the first teacher that I had a communication with that, and I prayed on it, man. When I tell you I prayed on that, I've been praying on that because I really need to get her, on the good foot, because my baby don't know how to talk. And when she don't know how to talk, it's kind of hard for me because the average person don't know or understand how to communicate with her.
Mm-hmm.
Because she doesn't know sign language. She had, like I said, global development delay. Her mind is like she understands, but she don't understand. It's kind of hard for me to explain.
No, I understand.
And so when she can't communicate, because it frustrates her that she can't communicate like everybody else, because she knows she has a problem, but it's frustrating to her because she, like I say, Caucasian people sometimes think that they know everything because they professionals, and sometimes you have to sit back and listen to what they say and reflect on it. And like I said before, some of the stuff they were saying to me wasn't accurate because I know it's other special needs kids in the classroom that has more problems than her, and she's around it, so she's looking like, well, I don't want to be around these people. That's not like I am, because I can walk, I can talk, I can jump. You know what I'm saying? Like, she understands that she has a problem, but she's like, I don't have that type of problem. And so I take it that when she goes to the class, they just look over what she needs to do, because they have other kids that, that they have the drool on the mouth, and you got to change them, and, they more of a baby type. And she knows that that's not her field. So, again, the professionals think that they know what they're talking about, which you don't. If she was at one school and she was saying her colors, and she come to you and you don't have her doing nothing that's productive, like how you heard in the background talking, it sounds like a 2 or 3 year old speaking. She's 8 years old, going on 9. So I know that she know how to do certain things. So you can't tell me because you're a professional and you've been doing this 20 years, it's different strokes for different folks. So since you've been doing it for 20 years, you got to come at, all kids are different.
Yeah.
No matter what color, race they are, they all different. You got to come at her differently. It's just me and my son. So she understands certain things that, like she watched me a lot. I do hair. She likes to do hair. She see me paint my nails. She likes to paint her nails. It's just something that she likes to do, or she sees you do, and she's watching you. Jump on that fast because she's learning whatever is catching her attention. Everything don't catch her attention like a regular kid. You coming at her like a regular kid.
But they have a curriculum at school that they have to follow, though. You have to realize that too.
Because, I understand that, but it's not working because she's up at the school flipping out. Wanting to jump on them and fight. And we don't fight here. I don't know where the fighting came in at, ma'am. Like when I tell you she's 9 and my son is 15, there's no fighting here. So I don't know where the fighting came in at. So I'm like, well, if she's fighting, what is y'all doing? Like, y'all got to be doing something. It's something that's making her lash out. Either she's frustrated or what y'all got going on in the class that where we need to figure out another solution. Because, where I live, your kid has to go to that district. If your kid don't go to that district, they can't go nowhere else. You know what I'm saying? And then I had to tell them, okay, well, she's still, she's potty trained, but she's not because she's not able to talk. So, meanwhile, if you assign her to a teacher, because you can't take all your time on one kid. So, if you assign her a teacher like you should, because this district doesn't, y'all don't have everything that applies to this particular kid. So really, you don't apply. Not apply, but you don't fit the criteria of what she needs. Which that's not my fault. That's your fault because when I enrolled her here, you said that you had what she needed, and they don't. So I have to, swallow my pride. I asked that's where the IEP meeting came in, and I said, well, let's find her a special needs kid a school because, like I said, she's a black kid. I don't want her getting mistreated because I don't have, she can't tell me if she's getting mistreated.
Yeah.
And like like when you go in this school, like I said, it's all Caucasian people. Man, when I went in and put their information in for her to start the school, they had me fill out stuff in pencil. Now, remind you, this is an all-white school with nothing but black people in the neighborhood. Okay, we already know sometimes we don't know how to carry ourselves, so we go off and we tend to show out at the school. So they think that applies to every black mother or every black parent that attends the school. So they think that I don't have enough education to where I know I need a pen. I don't need you to change no information down for me. See?
Well,
And so
there's no. Is that the only school in your district?
oh man, for her, yes,
Oh,
yes. I'm telling you, when I tell you it's a cold world, it's a cold world, honey. And you know I'm not a racist person. I just know where we live is racist. So
what
you
state are
have
you in?
Oklahoma City.
Oh, oh, okay,
Yeah, they
yeah,
report it. So, you know, you limited. Like, you have Oklahoma City District, and then, like, you have certain towns that are redneck. That
yeah.
you don't even drive at night. They don't tell everything. They just shoot the ball, and they show us on TV throwing the ball. But there's more to it than that, you know.
Yeah.
So, and then it's like 3 minutes, you get to another town. That's a racist town. You got to drive the speed, and you know, and then it's like where all the black people used to stay. We don't even have a grocery store.
Wow.
Okay, like they want all black people off our side of town versus where we at now. So they
So
can
you
treat us
must
any
stay
kind
in
of way.
like a. It must be like a small town. Is
I
it a?
live. You could say that it's complicated. It's almost like Oklahoma City. It's little, and then you have once you drive across the street, that's another town, even though it's across the street. Then you drive a couple more miles, that's Dale City. Dale City is mostly of it's a mixture, but they'll put you in jail in the blink of an eye. So that's the type of stuff we got going on here.
Yeah.
And so you don't want to you got to be careful what you say, mindful what you say, because ain't no telling. Sometimes these teachers play their role, and they'll suspend your kid or withheld your kid. At one point, they took all the black kids that was in elementary school and gave them this dry test, girl, and turned around and flunked all of them.
Wow.
When
Yeah, I
they turn
mean,
around and say,
for our kids, we just have to keep them covered. We have to continuously pray over our children and try to keep them in a positive environment. And I know it's
and that's what
extremely
I'm
hard
on.
for you because your child is nonverbal. You know, she can't tell you what is going on at the school. But I mean, you are going to have to be one of those parents that show the school that you will pop up there in a minute. Start surprising them. Start showing up to the school when they don't expect you. You know, don't just send your daughter to school and not pop up there and see what is going on. Every now and then I would pop up on my kids at school just because I wanted them teachers to know I care about my kids. So they would be like, okay, well, they mama will pop up here at any time. You never know when she gonna show up. So maybe you gonna have to start popping up at the school to
See,
see
that's the
what's
thing.
going on with your
That's the
baby.
thing. Sometimes you can pop up. See, the game is so. When I say it's a malicious world. They got cameras and stuff, and you can go up to that school, and it'll take them a minute because you got to hit that bell because there's so many bombs and stuff. You got to hit that button, and then you got to wait on them to let you in. And by the time you do that, you're going to fill out the paper. They just been and did everything they needed to do. It's a cold world with these Caucasian people, and I promise you it is. I don't even want to cry because, again, I just pray on it. I pray. I do babies.
That's what you're going to have to do.
I try every time I see a 1-1, a 2-2, a 5-5, a 6, a 10. I pray on it because I promise you, as much as I've been going through with my kids and stuff, I'm hurting. And I don't want to take it out on them people like that just because I'm hurting. And they're not saying
you can't do that because that's not going to solve your problem. Taking your pain out on other people is not going to solve your problem. So yeah, you're going to have to work on how to deal with your anger. And I'm sorry, but you are going to have to still pop up at that school every now and then. I understand that, they going to buzz you in and do what they got to do, but you still going to have to start popping up on them if you have time during the day to do that, to see exactly what is going on in the classroom. And maybe you can, get a plan with the teacher to help your daughter do more activities that are on her level. Because the only way that
Yeah.
you're going to know what is going on in the classroom is if you show up and see, because your daughter can't tell you what's going on because she's nonverbal. And you don't want to take the word of the teacher. Of course, they will tell you anything at an IEP meeting to make the school look good. The only way you're going to
And I
know
and
what's
I and
going
I do
on
and
is
I
if
do
you
call
see
too.
it.
I do, but I've been saying sometimes, it's hard to get in there like I needed to get in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it ain't like it used to. You can just go in your kids' school and you can just pop up. You didn't have to go to the office. Now you got to do all. Things has changed, and that's what I was telling my son. Things has changed. It's to the point where you got to be 21 to smoke a cigarette. Times is changing, and it's getting worse and worse. And we got to do better. And you might not like how you living, and we going through whatever we going through. We gonna make it.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know. You know.
well, okay, sweetie, I'm
Everything
gonna
ain't
have to
gonna be
let you
perfect.
go. Um,
Well, go ahead. Thank you.
okay, we'll call back sometime, okay? I hope things get
Thank you.
better for you. I really do.
Thank you, man. That's awesome of you.
Okay.
Keep me in your prayers.
Oh, I sure will. Okay, sweetie. Okay, you guys. Um, how long we been on here? We've been on here almost 2 hours. That's too long for me. Thank you, whoever deleted that. Thank you, Phoenix. Thank you very much. Thank you. Because I just saw that. Because that was ridiculous. Thank you. I really appreciate my moderators, because I was just about to get them, girl. I was just about to light into them like something crazy. But you got them before I did. And I really appreciate my moderators who can, go in and get these people, because you never know when someone just needs to talk. You can't tell nobody not to say what is going on with them. Sometimes we just need somebody to listen to what is going on with us. And if you are that mean of a person that you don't have time to listen to someone's story, then click off. That's what you can do. You didn't even have to sit here and listen to it. If you don't want to listen to somebody's story, then click off. Okay? Because I'm telling you, having a special needs child is not easy. Even though my child was, verbal, he had dyslexia and ADD. He was, of course, verbal, but he had a hard time in school. I know what that feels like. I can only imagine what it is like to have a child that is nonverbal. And the person that wrote that comment was probably some no feeling having man. Okay? Because men don't have compassion for women. It is the women that have compassion for each other, and we're supposed to. Okay? We are supposed to be that safe place for another woman to land. If she is falling, we supposed to be that safe place for her to fall. And if that young lady needed to tell her story and to say what is going on with her, yes, I'm going to give her that time to say that. And if you don't understand that, then go watch a Sky is Falling video, or go watch something else. You don't have to be here. Why are you here anyway? If you don't have no compassion for people, why are you even here? And I mean that. Y'all know how I am with people. Because I was once a single mother. So I know what it's like to struggle with kids. It ain't no fun. And sometimes you just need somebody to listen to what is going on with you. And you want that somebody that is listening to have compassion. That's the problem with us. We don't have no compassion for each other. Okay? If it's too much for you, click off and come back when we're talking about something else. But I'm not going to do that to people. If they want to call in and tell me what's going on, if somebody trusts me enough to tell me what is going on with them and they want to say it in front of other people, yes, I'm going to sit here and listen. And if you have a problem with that, then you need to go someplace else. Okay? Yeah, I felt that too. I felt that too. Because I have been to a many IEP meetings. I know what that's like. I know what it's like to sit at a table surrounded by people that don't look like me at an IEP meeting. But the only thing is, people, at least they respected me because they knew that I was college educated, and you're not going to get away with down talking. You're not going to down talk me because I'm college educated also. I just am not educated in the same field that you're in. So people had a tendency to respect me. So I know what that feels like. It can be intimidating to sit in a room full of people that don't look like you telling you about your child. Yes, that's a hard thing to deal with. And people that have a hard time with that have never experienced that. You don't know what it's like to deal with a child with special needs. I do. Yemi, y'all said, I've been to an IEP meeting where I was the only black person and it was 30 white people, but I brought my aunt, who was a principal. She made sure they didn't get over on me. Thank you. Well, it wasn't that many people in my IEP meeting, but everybody in there was white. Everybody. Me and my son was the only two black people in there. And see, the good thing about my child is, of course, he was verbal. So, I didn't worry about him because if something happened, of course, he was able to tell me what was going on in the classroom. But they knew that his mama would show up to that classroom. Go this way. Daddy told you to stop doing that. Go this way. You got to stop jumping off the thing like that. Go this way, boo boo. Um, yeah. I don't know what I was saying. They knew that I would show up to that schoolhouse. They knew me. That the whole entire time my kids went to school, I would show up at that schoolhouse in a minute. Elementary school, junior high school, the whole thing. I didn't play by my kids. And especially about my son who, was labeled as special needs. So I know how she feels. And I can only imagine what it's like in Oklahoma to deal with that as a black person. I'm in California. So it wasn't as bad. And plus, I had more of a choice of schools that my kids could go to. We weren't locked in to one school. So at one time, my son did go to a school that specialized in reading. They had a fantastic reading program. And he was put in that school because that was his weakness. And, I thank God that we had that I had that option. And my son has had like peer counselors who, when he got to junior high school, he would have a peer counselor that would sit in the classroom with him on certain days, to help him mainstream into regular classrooms, but he had that peer assistant to, help him navigate the regular classrooms. So, yeah, I mean, that's why we're here. We're here to help each other. We're not here to ignore each other. Us women, we have to stick together. We have to stick together and help each other and, be that person that maybe somebody else needs to lean on, that shoulder for somebody else to lean on. This young lady said she didn't have any family. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we got to learn how to have a little bit more compassion for people. You ready to go outside? Okay, he ready to go, y'all. He done got up and everything. You gotta go pee? Hmm? You gotta go pee? Child, last night. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all this and then I'm gonna leave. Last night, my husband brought some of them tiny tacos from Jack in the Box. Honey, them tiny tacos got in my belly around 2 o'clock this morning because y'all know my husband don't get home until late. And I ate them tiny tacos from Jack in the Box and got my behind in the bed. When I woke up this morning at 9 o'clock, them tiny tacos was still sitting in the same place that they had sat in when I put them in my stomach at 2 o'clock this morning. Don't eat Jack in the Box and go to bed. Okay? When I got up this morning, my stomach was hurting, my head was hurting, I was nauseous. I had to take some Pepto Bismol. I had to take some Zofran. Them tiny tacos was like, you know what? We are going to get in her belly and act the fool. I have learned my lesson. Do not eat no Jack in the Box and go to bed. Okay? Because my stomach was just not having it. Do you know I haven't eaten anything today? And I'm just now starting to feel hungry. I am going to be doing more call ins, you guys. I really am. I'm going to, the call ins will be a part of the show. So I'm going to do my dialogue, the first part of the show, and then the last part of the show will be the call ins. Okay? So we can all have a conversation about what the conversation was about. So I'm finna go. I will see you guys later. I love you guys. I really appreciate everybody, and I want us to be supportive of each other. This is the community that I am trying my best to build, is a community of supportive women. If the men want to come in, they can be supportive. I would love for them to be here, but if they don't, who cares? Because we taking care of each other, like I said at the beginning, we don't need you. Now, we will be more than happy to have you here. But we don't need you. Okay? We like you, but we don't need you. That's that. I will see you guys tomorrow. Am I gonna see y'all tomorrow? I might not. I may not see y'all tomorrow. I don't know yet, because I think my husband is taking off work tomorrow. So I don't know. I may and I may not. Ain't tomorrow Valentine's Day? Or is today? What's today, girl? Is today Thursday? Is tomorrow Valentine's Day? I don't know, child. Let me look it up. I can't keep my days. Oh, yeah. So I don't know if I'm going to see y'all tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. Because I think my husband has something special planned. I know he's taking off work tomorrow. So I don't know. Tomorrow's up in the air. We shall see. Happy Valentine's Day! I may come in and at least say that. You gonna come say happy Valentine's Day? Huh? You gonna tell them happy Valentine's Day? Huh? You gotta be nice. You're not getting no new toy. You just got a new toy Saturday. I should have kept it and gave it to you on Valentine's Day. You're not gonna get no new toy. You just got one. All right, y'all. We will see you guys maybe tomorrow. Who knows? If not, we'll see you Sunday. I love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.